Yeah, bear with me and subscribe to the guys and check their content. I find them really good. So without further ado, and if some of them you might already have on your go-to list, so yeah, that's what it is. So let's go. It's not number 1 or number 1,000, it's just as I find them, I will go to them. It's Diagonal Move. It's not I think I didn't find it that long ago, but I find that is cool that it doesn't follow a very focused approach, and the variety in games is very high, and not specifically for a publisher or a type of game or a type of mechanic, but presents a great variety of different games that come from different origins and different presentations, from Ziplocs, boxes, Kickstarters. Another one is Spinete Wargamero. It's a Spanish channel, but it started to put out only wargame news. Everything is in English, and funny thing is it also launches it on Saturdays. So on Saturdays you can watch 2 news bulletins on YouTube. You can watch Spinete Wargamero, and you can then after that watch No Enemies Here. So there you go, it's another one. And if you understand Spanish, this is an excellent channel about games and presentations and all that. And most important thing is about the wargame and boarding gaming scene in Spain, and by definition Euro wargame. Another one is Gamer Hudson. I had subscribed him for quite a long ago, and I can't remember. I think I subscribed and I unsubscribed for some reason. I can't remember what happened. But he has a lot of variety on the channel. So he has war games, board games, video games, you know. So there's a lot to explore, and he always goes to not really mainstream, but those on the sidelines. And one thing that I like on this last series that Gamer Hudson did, and you can see that I've been trying to catch up with most of the channels, how he puts the historical perspective of the units that were fighting. For example, on this GMT Games Barbarossa Eastern Front series part, he goes to the history of the units that are represented by the chits, by the counters, and I find that a very cool approach and slightly different from what many channels do. And yeah, we can keep up with this gameplay, and yeah, it's a good channel, check it out. This is a new one for me, and I was absolutely blown apart because I really like what X2X does. First of all, it takes us to the table. We are really there, like we are a team player, playing with alongside him and listening to what his reasoning is while playing the game, the way he plays the pieces during that turn or during that activation or during that deployment phase. and the best of all is that the comparison to the historical events and how and if he will do it in the table, and the reasoning behind. Sometimes it's just to be faithful to what was done historically, other times it's just because it makes sense. This channel is a blast. Well, if you don't know ID Jester, well, you don't. It's a good channel because Jester is cool. He has a lot of content, and he has one excellent way of approaching things in his own way, and at the same time he has a war room with two good content makers, which is Tony and Ruff, which I will show down the video because it's also two channels I really enjoy to watch. And he has a lot of unboxing. He presents his top-down, shows the entire board while he plays, and the way he complains about the rules being presented, I think makes very strong arguments in favor of the customer against less than optimal production or design or put together rule books. I really like the way he puts it, and he brings very nice subjects during the war room. And the last this Laconia incident video there, it's actually, I think it's one of a kind that he did, that he links the Hunters GMT game with the historical event. So it might be a start of a nice sideshow series for him. He also has a lot of tabletop board game about sports, baseball and all that, so yeah, very cool channel. Now, if you don't know Jim from the Armchair Dragoons, you are missing the most and proactive tabletop simulator, wargamer, game master, war games group on YouTube. Simply that. It's Command & Colors Napoleonics going for an absurd amount of battles. It's use of very, very cool naval combat rules for World War II, from rules from 1970s and even before. There's also a lot of SPI titles and everything tabletop simulator. Alright, so this is not computer games, it's just board games and miniature games and everything war game in tabletop simulator, because it makes everything easier to play with people from all over the world. And Armchair Dragoons are definitely made up of people from all over the world, and we had games with people from Italy, for example, when they fought the Prelude to Matapan, and they used Moon Goose Victory at Sea rule set, right? Yeah, people from Italy. I mean, wow, this is a channel you can't miss. I really just subscribe to it and keep up with the Wednesdays Dragoon fights and the Saturday night fights. Man, it's a blast. Oh, and you can also just tell Jim that you want to participate in the game that he plans for the Saturdays, and just show up and enjoy Tabletop Simulator. It's great. Now, this fellow deserves a lot of attention. My own worst enemy, and I really like the cartoon he made for his own channel. He has a very unique way of approaching the gaming. He picks up and he plays through until he either concedes loss against himself, maybe, yeah, or against another player. But he picked, for example, Napoleon's last battles. He just played Lini all the way through until, yeah, it's hard to concede that I completely blundered where I shouldn't. More, for example, he goes for Horse and Musket of Hollandspille. It's not a game that I see that many times played, because it's very close to Command and Colors, but in a different vein. Actually, it's a different game. It's just the way it's set up, it reminds a lot. And I mean, we can go over all these videos, and you see Tabletop Simulator as well, but a lot of content. I think, yeah, give it a shot. You won't regret at all. Bloody hell, no enemies here. I'm just saying, I won't say anything about the channel, just subscribe. Well, Gimpy, he has a ton of subscribers, but doesn't matter. I like the way he plays the games, kind of the way I play mine, when you play a multiplayer game against yourself. And one thing is that he picks up these games that really go below the radar, and I must nominate the latest being Ager Sanguinis, which is also a hero war game from French publishers and designers originally, but yeah, it evolved from 1982, 84, something like that, and never died because the community kept it alive. And it's a blast seeing him play it, this very renewed Cry Havoc, because the original game was called Cry Havoc, and then it had multiple games in the same system, from Normans and Saxons in Britain, and obviously Crusades, but also feudal robber knights in high medieval Central Europe and all that. Ager Sanguinis has the Turks, and I think it's probably First Crusade, because you still have Byzantine and Armenian cavalry and all that. And the way he plays the game, it's really it's lovely, and he shares the thoughts he's making as he makes the tactics and all that, and the hopes he has that trooper might do it. It's really good channel. I love it. Tony Board Life, apart from the Captain America, great channel, love it. Well, the chap has absolutely great contagious laughter, and yeah, his games are great. He's playing Liberty of Death through Vassal, which is always good, but also has other games. He is playing a co-op campaign with ID Justin, Rough Swordsman Wargamer of the Hunters. He has the Rock of the Mon series going on, as the D-Day at Peleliu. But as you see, he plays through, which is great to keep up with the flow of a game when you find a channel like this. Not just unboxing and see how it plays and you never see the game on the channel again. I tend to favor this kind of channels that at least have half a dozen episodes or 3 or 4 episodes of a playthrough. It doesn't need to be hours long videos, but half an hour or so. It's good. I love those kind of channels. That's why I share them usually. Well, Wardrobe is, I think it's the man that fuses everything. He has miniature wargaming, he has board war games, and has painting, has a lot of good content, and he has an absolutely great gaming table. Man, I would love to have that space. And yeah, overall very opinionated, very true to his hobby channel, and is genuine. Is just what you see is what you get, pretty much. Lovely channel. Chewy Matt, I found him because of Lost Battles series, and I am very pleased. It's just absolutely no production, and I record my game and then share with you type of thing. Really good channel. Really liked his Lost Battles. I have yet to end it, but I liked what I saw. So yeah, it's another channel that you should really look for. Now, this is another channel that has some content in English, and it's usually good, not so mainstream war games when he plays it, like this Polonka 1660 scenario here. And it's worth because of those little gems in English. I'll show some of the videos. So you see, he has Hoplite, he has Shaman Leader, and then he has some ASL, the Hunters, and Polonka 1660. I think it's from a Polish publisher, not sure, but it was a game that I didn't know about, and I'm glad that he showed it to me. It's on my to buy list. And obviously he also has a ton of content in Polish, but it's good that more English subscribers come, so all these European wargamers channels start to keep, it's like a Spinetta, keep their content in for their mother language, of course, but also have this side content for international in English. So yeah, let's give him a push. Obviously, Rough Swordsman Wargamer, it's a channel I always go to. I like the way he plays the game. It's kind of not really this I'm playing the game and just recording it and showing it to you of sorts. He goes slowly, is methodic in his recording, he takes all the time in editing, and you know, things that I absolutely have no patience for. I like to just play the game and show it with whatever mistakes I make. And Rough is that very nice YouTube content that is premeditatedly recorded, edited and put out, and at the same time is yeah, very British, I would say. So much more Euro Wargamer content is needed, and Rough is definitely one of them that everyone should subscribe. Now there's another one, which is Beans and Dice Podcast. They have a YouTube channel, and it's interesting because I didn't know about it, and I think I bumped into them. It's not in the... I don't think it was while going through podcasts, which I often do. I have few that I listen to, but it's not. We are here about YouTube channels, and then I saw their YouTube channel. It's fun because they have a good setup. It's kind of like Rob, but in a different way. They have this table with all the nice cameras, and it's two friends playing with each other these different games, and really like it. Can't remember which game I saw them playing. Well, doesn't really matter. It's good to see them playing the table there in front of each other, and then you have the top cameras, and they explain kind of why they did the maneuvers, and you kind of grab the understand of how the games works. And they have a variety of games, not really focused on these very more deep wargamers. The war games, they might go to more high level, and these crossbreeds with economic Euro games and other kind of more, let's say, less mature themes kind of games. But they also have some Rebirth of the Empires, these daimyo games, this Command Color Samurai and all that. It's a good channel to check. So without further ado, thank you for watching, and yeah, there you go, like a ton more content to keep you busy through your commutes while you are painting miniatures. Obviously I focused majorly on non-miniature wargame channels. Well, I think I put 2 Fat Lardies and Wardrobe there. And Gimpy Gamer also paints some miniatures. I didn't put Rob Tabletop World. I didn't put a lot of other counterproductive games and all those, but I will make probably somewhere in the future just some channels that I usually watch that are more focused in wargaming with miniatures. And I can tell you, and this is always strikes me, the amount of miniature historical wargaming channels that I have, like 80% are European, Australian, absolutely, while the cardboard wargames, actually the majority are US, Canada. I don't know if it's just me or if it's just like that, but I always felt that Europeans like more the miniatures wargaming overall. Not saying it's a bad thing because I do both, it's just the available content, that's what I'm talking about. Anyways, thanks for watching, have a good weekend or a good week whenever you are watching this, and see you in the next video. It's probably last 100 yards maybe. So cheers, have a good one.